Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This, of course, is the North American Regional Qualifier for the Halo World Championships. We just saw Allegiance punch their ticket to a $2.5 million competition. So congratulations to them. But now we move on to bracket play. My name is Golden Boy. I'm joined by Strongside and Walshy, two absolute legends in competitive Halo. And they're here to break down this next matchup with me, which is going to be very exciting, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, let's actually talk about the groups, guys, because we have our results in now. This is it. Group play is done.
We've been going through a lot of hypotheticals up until this point, and now we have some definitive news for you. Allegiance and Triggers Pound from Group A will be moving on. Tell me about this last match. Like, we saw Optic versus Allegiance.
Yeah, so. Allegiance really just, they hammered it down. I mean, they played like themselves, and we know sometimes they can be a little bit streaky and a little bit emotional of a team as well, but Naded stayed hyped. I could hear him screaming all the way up from the caster's booth the entire match. He was just screaming his lungs out. So if he can keep that up, he's gonna be in good hands with his team, because his team's always on top of it.
That's the Naded I wanted to see at X Games, and I hope we continue to see him throughout the day. I mean, Sunday, you know, I want him to show up, right? Because again, there's that whole thing about Naded and you know, the tournaments and so on and so forth. But you know what? I'm going to say it right here, right now. Allegiance can make a run for the money. But now moving on to Group B, as CLG and Noble Esports will be moving on. Of course, Overdrive and Elevate eliminated. Elevate and Noble Esports were playing for that spot to get to the Halo World Championships. Not the case for Elevate, though, as Noble would take them out. Noble, a squad of two veterans with two young players, right? You're starting to see that happen quite a bit. You know, just all the young players starting to creep up because the mechanics of Halo 5, the way the game is played, the way you approach the game, everything is certainly different. Walshy, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, but we've also seen that through a lot of Halo. If you think about
very true.
So many squads in the past, even I would say our FB squad, when we picked up Strongside. Strongside was kind of known as this young, wild talent. Even though he was on a squad like Carbon, we helped form him into this top amazing team player, and he's been, you know, arguably one of the best Halo players of all time because of it.
That's right. Now moving on to Group C, and look at that, was so nice of him. Walsh saying nice things about Side, never about me.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, Walsh.
Oh man, because because Carbon. Let's be honest. You know,
all right, Golden Boy. All right.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Let's talk about Group C real quick.
Group C. Of course, Envy. What a heartbreaker, going out 0-3 in their pool. Winter Fox 1-2 for them, but that doesn't matter. They are both eliminated. Two legends like Ogre 2, a guy that you both teamed with back in the day, back in the Halo 2 days, the final boss era, and of course Pistola, the legend himself, the wizard, not going to be at the Halo World Championships, but instead you have Denial, a team of young players, Contra, Predevinator, Booba and Hook, incredible, and then the standouts, Evil Geniuses. Strongside, your thoughts?
I mean, first thoughts on Denial, wow. I mean, nobody really predicted them to be here right now. They've really turned some heads, and how they put up a fight against EG, I mean, these guys are not going to be stopping. They're not going to let up whoever they play. We saw them go down against EG in game 2 and 3, and it didn't matter. They rallied back. They have Coach Alumni helping them out, and you heard him. He's like, just the little things that help them out so much. Stay alive here. Back down. You don't need to fight this fight. Yeah. Control the tower. Control the base. And so he was doing just as good of a job, I would say, as Towie, like, in a sense. Alumni's played a lot. So these guys, I mean, like you said, young guns, new faces. Good to have this team in there. And the EG, I mean, what else do we need to say? These guys are so good.
That's very interesting. We'll jump on Group D right now. But one thing you have made a point of is that these coaches have a much larger impact than we have seen in the past. Like back in 2007, I would say Triple X was the only coach who had a significant impact on any of his squads. It's because you now have some of these veterans, someone like Elamite, who is coaching this Team Liquid squad to their 3-0 victory here in Pool D, helping them because they know how to trust in him. They've known that Elamite's a national champion. They know if he says, guys, call out this way, or run a flag in a specific position, they will do it because they have trust in their coach.
Yep, and Soar and Astro Authority have been eliminated. Moving on in Group D will be Renegades and Liquid. Of course, that rivalry, really excited to see it just continue to come to fruition. But for now, though, let's actually see how the bracket is going to be formed out, because we still have plenty more competition to go here, people. So first and foremost, Liquid versus Denial. Liquid versus Denial will be the matchup I think that's going to go on stage right behind us. Then you have Allegiance versus Noble Esports, followed by CLG and Renegades, and then EG and Triggers Pound. So we could see EG and CLG in the semifinals, not the grand final. And honestly, we could end up seeing we're 100% guaranteed to see a final with a team that hasn't been in a grand final at all. Like, this is pretty exciting, actually, because we've had
been shaken up,
we have EG, CLG in the grand finals all the time. This time around, not the case.
No, I mean, this matchup, too, starting out, Liquid versus Denial. Liquid, you heard from APG. We're here this tournament. We weren't there during X Games. That was not us. We didn't show up, but we showed up to this tournament and we're ready. But Denial, on the other hand, it seems like they showed up as well. They fought their way through. They've made their way into this tournament and to the top 8. So these guys have been doing really well.
One thing I want to show is how short-lived that they got to be excited about going to World Championship, because right now their tournament life is on the line again.
That's
like,
right.
All right, we made out of pool. You're playing against Denial now. What?
Yeah,
And
I know,
now
right?
we can see Liquid versus Denial, just incredible match after incredible match the rest of the night and tomorrow. I want to hear what our cast up top have to say. Take it away, boys.
All right, thank you, Walshy. Bucket up here with the 2006 national champion. We have the great Ghost Ayami.
It was kind of weird hearing them.
You're muted.
I was going to say, excuse me, it was kind of weird hearing them talk bad about one of my, favorite teams of all time,
Oh!
Dave. I don't know what you're thinking over there, boy, but you remember it. I know you do.
He beat Dave. That's the history there. National champion. We're looking down here. We got APG.
Oh, yeah.
We got Ace. We got Heinz. Over here. We got alumni looking up at it. We got some new faces. These guys have not won a championship over on Denial. Can they hang with the veterans of Liquid?
I think so. I mean, before we were second guessing them, right? We were thinking, okay, this is a hard group to come out of, and we doubted Denial. Let's just be straight out with it, right?
Well, we
but
didn't
these
know
guys,
what to expect.
Yeah, and they came out with just not only supreme individual talent, but their teamwork is impeccable. So I have to give them props, and I do think that they actually have a chance here. But Liquid, they are on fire this tournament. They really are here to prove something. They've been practicing nonstop. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, strong side was saying Denial, looking like a top 4 team to him this week, and I think this is going to be a great matchup to see just where both of these squads stand in the worldwide Halo scene. APG on your screen first here from Team Liquid. I put him up here because he is notorious for being one of the most aggressive players. Unfortunately, not the start he was looking for. We are going to see rockets in the hands of Contra, so let's switch over to Denial, and as soon as I do it, I kill him.
Well, that was a great play right there, right? We saw Heinz actually crouch with the scatter shot. I haven't really seen someone take the rockets there that quickly, though, and for Heinz to clean that up, now look at him. He's got the rockets. He's holding down blue side. He's throwing nades. I mean, really got control.
Down goes Heinz, rocket on the ground, and it looks like, excuse me, we're going to go to Boo Boo Doo Boo. He's going to have himself a sniper rifle.
Oh, my
Hits the
God!
double nose goal.
Ridiculous.
This Boo Boo kid is absolutely ridiculous, and so is his name.
Oh, the Guardian Angel medal for saving his teammate. This guy is just killing it right now. That double was ridiculous.
And you got Devin pushing up now with Boo Boo. Boo Boo is not going to be able to stay up, but it will be his teammates getting onto the flag. Hook is going to hand it off, and Contra's going to be running it. We got a rec pack for you guys. Feel free to throw that in. But let's watch our flag carrier, Contra.
I mean,
he's scoring all the flags on this map earlier, and he's doing it once again.
Yeah, and he just knows how to run it. I mean, I've been watching this guy a little bit, and he's really got a fluid rhythm down in Halo 5, something that's so huge in objective games, knowing the perfect route. And there you have it, a first flag cap going in favor of Denial.
Flag is going the other way, though, as you are now going to see this one run by Heinz, I believe. And actually, it looks like that was Ace who is going for the flag challenge. Ace backing down, waiting for some support. So smart play coming in from Liquid. Meanwhile, Contra is going to be trying to pull the flag on the opposite end. Heinz is going to fall with his sniper rifle, so it's
Man.
going to be another opportunity for Denial to do some damage
Yeah,
here.
and that was crazy, right? We just saw Hook, the former Call of Duty player, if you will, just destroy half of Team Liquid over there on their side of the map, and now that just secured the second cap in almost 2 minutes.
It's pretty dirty, my friend. Rockets are out, and Ace has them. Meanwhile, APG just picked up a DMR. Ace unable to get there to help out his teammate. That is going to be 2 more kills for Denial. Ace has got to go to work. He's the only one up right here.
Oh, yeah, and he's got a rocket and unfortunately kills himself off the body of Boo Boo Duber, right? Now, when we were looking at those flag caps, it just seemed like there was no real control of the map, but it was just Denial just constantly pushing and constantly rallying this flag cap, and now they're up 2-0, and it feels like we haven't even started the match yet.
On board with the Halo 4 World Champion, Ace getting the job done back in the individual event for free-for-all and 1v1 challenges, playing alongside his Liquid teammates. Liquid really underperformed at the X Games. They came out slow against Renegades, and it's looking like that might be the same situation here against Denial. They got to get heated up. Who's the guy to go off on this Liquid squad to get the rest of them to feed off that
I think
energy?
it's APG. I mean, the guy is just comes at you with a full head of steam, right? He's charging through that nade. He's pushing. He's getting control of your side of the map. Look at that. He just hit a perfect with the pistol. He's doing absolute work right now. So I think that really, you got to get behind APG right now on this map.
Ace is going to be hunting for this sniper player. You just saw the sniper trail. Devin up top, dealt with. He's got 2 teammates to work with. Unfortunately, a scatter shot was waiting directly above. Let's go to Hook, though, who was able to escape with this sniper rifle. Denial is threatening. They have 2 players pushing into the base. That's APG and Unlegit, though, in the kill feed for Liquid. So Hook's just trying to stay alive here.
Oh, he's doing a good job, right? He's in the fountain, somewhere where it's really hard to get a kill, especially when the guy's potentially going to hit you with the no-scope. So he did a good job just staying alive and really just stopping that flag run. But it looks like Team Liquid is actually going to get it across the map.
Yeah, Hines, there was a chance for Boo Boo. I went to him, but Boo Boo never even got eyes on Hines.
Nope.
Hines just slipped right
Stealth
through
cap?
the stealth cap. Not even spotted.
Wow.
Excellent stuff, and he's going to jump his way to the top.
Yeah, that was a great use of the Spartan abilities, right? When you sprint and then thrust off certain geometry, you can actually kind of lift yourself up there, and Hines utilizing that thruster perfectly.
Headshot coming out from Contra. Sniper in hand, switches back to the BR. APG tagged up down low. And you're going to see Contra pushing in now. There's the first headshot. Ace is dropped. Hines trying to stay alive in the back. A little sloppy shots here from Contra, but Denial showing some great patience. They're waiting for Hook to get right behind Contra. Hook's got the rockets. They're coming in with all the power weapons flooding from snipe side.
Yeah, and now you just saw Contra get pegged once, right? So that's awareness now for the Team Liquid squad that he's there. They pinched him, they closed in on him, and they got the kill. Unfortunately, though, for Liquid, 2 down for them right now, but it looks like they are pulling the flag over on Denial's side of the map.
Boo Boo Doo with the sniper rifle. Hook with the rocket still all over Liquid's base. The flag was returned by Contra, and now you got Devin running this flag. Let's go over to your flag carrier as the sniper cover was strong enough to get 2 down here for Liquid. APG, last man alive. He's top rocket. This should be the game here, Ghost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it really just started with that rocket kill by Hook. No,
Oh,
it doesn't
no.
happen yet.
Boo Boo's
But
there.
there it is. 3-1 for Denial. Very quick.
Denial just, they play around the power weapons, and we kind of talked about Elam Knight earlier, how he just keeps the team calm, tells them when to make the pushes, make sure they have all the power weapon control. Denial outplaying Liquid here in our first of 5 games.
Yeah, it was crazy too. What I saw mostly was just these evasive numbers. It looked like Denial recognized when Liquid had an advantage on a certain side. Okay, oh, they have sniper side held down right now. Let's not run the flag that way. Let's run it a different way. Or, let's push around them and let's come up, bottom mid pit. They were doing everything to really counter any advantage that Liquid had rather than just trying to, play defensive, wait for Liquid to come to them. No, they actually moved. They rotated, something that we haven't seen really for a long time. So for them to counter Liquid like that, I got to think that they're a little bit concerned over there on the right.
Elamite Warrior having a conversation with the referee. Liquid not happy about that first loss. I was looking through the numbers, though, and that guy on the far left who's checking his Twitter feed, Boo Boo dropped 14 kills for just 6 deaths. Also all over the assists, and I was trying to compare the 2 teams. I believe Denial had more assists in that battle.
Yeah, and I mean, it really just shows they just picked apart teams, right? They were getting their individual battles, but then they backed off. They stayed alive. They knew, right, Contra, he missed a shot or 2, and rather than just going for that and for the next one or pushing and trying to take an aggressive, he just played it smart. And you normally don't see that out of such young players, especially against veterans like Team Liquid. Here they are coming to this tournament proving really everyone wrong.
How one-sided was that game? Was it close for Liquid?
I mean, they had a cap, but it was a very shifty cap. Yeah, we saw Heinz kind of do it well, but that was a glimpse of hope, if that. It didn't look like Liquid really had anything going for them.
Looking forward, though, in this series, we're going to see the Rig for some Team Slayer. We're going to see Plaza for Strongholds, Fathom for CTF, and if we get to Game 5, we're heading to Eden Slayer. Remember, the quarterfinal is just a best of 5. Liquid trying to answer back. Who's the player to watch for them on the Rig?
I would say on the Rig that we're going to have to go with APG. I know that Heinz does try and make some scattershot plays from time to time, but APG is really the guy that's lurking. He's the guy that's making plays, so I'd have to say we start off with him.
APG, always a safe pick. Game is loading up. I'm keeping my eyes on that man right there, Boo Boo Doo doing work in our first of 5, locking things down with the power weapons and making sure he finished both of his teammates' caps that he brought back to the base. He's had an excellent event from top to bottom. I can't remember a game where he's simply not been a factor.
Oh, no, and I got to say, he has his face is a little reminiscent of Lethal's right there, right? A young Lethal, and he just, he has the look that he's tired, but he's focused. And it's a very odd look. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone else have that appearance, but, I mean, the dude is just hitting every shot, and that's what Lethal does. So
right.
The guy's just doing great, man.
And guys, we are giving away some Astros this game. So if you want to win some brand new gaming headphones,
I'd say yes.
All you got to do, use the hashtag HaloWC and hashtag the squad you think is going to win. Is it Denial? Is it Team Liquid? Currently, 63% of the Halo population right behind Denial.
Yeah, that's pretty alarming because we know that coming into this event, there wasn't really much support behind Denial. Now, maybe there isn't true support, but maybe they just think that Denial is going to win and they want some Astros, right? So it could be a little bit different.
It's a smart pick. I am not betting against Denial at all in this series. I like Liquid.
Yep.
We watched Liquid. They performed well against Renegades, but this Denial squad, they just have a whole nother level of power, weapon, control. Coming into the Rig Slayer, what are we looking for our teams to control?
So off the bat, you're going to see a necessary fight for camo. Most likely it will get burned, but hey, sometimes some guy gets out alive. Obviously, you see the sniper there. Very big power weapon on this map. But there are plasma nades that are susceptible to be thrown in it. See a little combat evolve for you. But yeah, we're going to watch Boo Boo Doo right now as he goes for that camo. Look, he knows that they're going for that, for the shot play. That was impressive. They must be studying some film.
And I'm going to take a look here as it looks like Unlegit maybe the one to get down to it, and he will be able to lock this one in.
Great
so
play.
Your first camo picked up around 11:41 by Unlegit from Team Liquid.
And let's see what he does with it, right? I mean, when you have a camo like this at this early stage in the game, you got to think that you want to be sneaky, you want to get some kills, but you also want to make sure that you don't give it up. You want to use this to separate yourself early from the other team.
What's the goal with camo? Where do you want to go? Are you trying to get a power position or just pick up as many kills as you can in the 45 seconds?
For me, I'm all about splinter nades, honestly, which is where Unlegit's going right now. There were 2 splinter nades actually underneath the nest, but for me, I always say that you want to have those close range weapons. He picked up the SMG, great play for him, but it looks like he hasn't even done anything. His team is actually on the forefront of this battle. I mean, Contra, I don't know why he challenged right there, got cleaned up, but there is the potential that we're going to see the spawns flip as actually Unlegit and team push outwards toward this outside area. Now, it's a little bit concerning because, yes, this is good in Strongholds, but in Slayer, not the right call.
APG picking up a big double. You got Heinz picking up a kill as well in the feed. Unlegit making his way to top snipe, though, and you just lost all teammates around you, so Unlegit just going to be hanging out. Let's go over to our sniper carrier, though. Looks like Ace was able to grab the snipe and safely escape with 6 bullets remaining in that clip.
And I remember back in Halo 3 when this guy wasn't the sniper. He was just the support player that used his BR to really the best ability. Now he's known as one of the most well-rounded players on the circuit. The guy is so volatile with really any weapon. And here he is trying to make a play, help out a teammate. Unfortunately, he dies. Richard Hines stays alive and gets a double, but eventually gets cleaned up by Devin.
3 down for Liquid momentarily. Let's go over to Devin. He actually was able to pick up this sniper rifle. They have outside control. Is it like Stronghold? Do you want to stay outside here in Slayer?
So it depends. When you have this sniper right here, there are some solid angles, right? You see him looking through that engine room. But really what it comes down to is you want to get ready for the camo, and that's exactly what he's doing. He knows that it's up around the 9:45 mark, but it looks like they're just getting collapsed on. They just got pinched by APG and Unlegit. Coming in on the barrel side, 3 down right now for Denial, as we see a full rotate of spawns. Heinz picking up the camo and now making a move for this plasma caster.
Heinz rotating all the way around.
Man, I like that.
Unlegit directly in front of him, drops it for the scatter shot, and now this is basically camo
This
rockets
is
of
Heinz's
05.
bread and butter right here. He loves the scatter shot camo. I know that I've seen some other players use it as well, like Neighbor, for instance, but this guy has really taken it onto himself to make some plays. But look at that Boo Boo Doo with the eagle eyes right there.
But what's the difference between the scatter shot and the shotgun?
So the scatter shot has a little bit longer range. Actually, when the bullets ricochet off of any surface, they'll actually bounce and then home to an enemy, believe it or not. Now, I'm not sure if many of you guys know that at home about the homing functionality, but there is homing functionality on nearly every Promethean weapon in Halo 5, so make sure you use it to your advantage.
Getting a little help from the game never hurts, my friend. You can see Heinz backing up. APG is going to finish off his attacker, and you just have to give so much credit to Liquid. Bouncing back after the loss in CTF, they are playing this Team Slayer perfectly, a 12-point advantage, and they are controlling.
I was going to say just that, right? We just saw Heinz, veteran player, could have challenged, right? He could have challenged that Nest guy. Maybe he would have gotten the kill, maybe he wouldn't. Instead, backs up, gets a great kill on a flanking Contra, and now stays alive with the scatter. Unfortunately, gets cleaned up by Huke, but it looks like, yep, he gets cleaned up by APG, and now we're on board with Ace with the sniper.
Also have a killing spree coming out of APG at the moment. APG trying to help out Ace. Ace running into trouble up top, and you can see it in the kill feed. APG's got his back. Liquid doing everything right here.
Give me APG right now. This guy is just doing everything. I know we talked about him earlier, but this dude he's collapsing, he's pinching, he's hitting pistol shots. Oh, and he looks like he ran out of ammo.
You
but
need another pistol.
He's got to get the kill anyways. I'm actually, he didn't run out of ammo. I'm curious as to why he switched to that pistol.
He ran out of ammo, found a new Magnum. He's good to go now.
Okay, all right, we're good.
30-13. This game is getting out of hand quickly for Denial. If you're Denial, what have you been doing wrong up to this point? What do you need to fix in the second half?
It was just camos. They just got so bottled up, right? We saw them push out into the basement area, and we saw them get bottled up, worrying about the camo. You have to spread out. Mining rig, yes, you do want to have the buddy system in play on certain areas, but angles matter so much when power weapons are coming up. You have to spread out. You do not want to get clumped up because you never know what can happen.
Now, all of Denial was back here on this BR tower. APG, he's going to charge in there with the scatter shot. Didn't find anything
off the wall.
And now he's just backing up. Denial, they have lost all their positioning. They're forced back outside, and it's again Liquid with total indoor control.
Yep, and look at the APG. Unfortunately, he pushed a little bit too hard and got cleaned up by a unsuspecting, or excuse me, I guess suspecting Boo Boo Doo Boo. But we're going to have Unlegit over here now with the Storm Rifle. He gets cleaned up. Great kill by Contra, sniffing that one out, that flank. And it looks like we're going to be pushing in now with him as he grabs his carbine and sees Heinz trying to get the guy off the top tower, right? This is such a hard part to break up. I mean, that guy standing on top of it, there he is, pushing onto the sniper. Great play by Heinz, veteran move.
Boo Boo rotating across the top, trying to get over to that sniper platform. Is going to hit the shots. APG taken down. You see the new weapon spawning in 10 seconds. SMG in hand, going to win this up close and personal battle, and it's a trade with the grenade from Unlegit answering back over to Hook. He's watching his teammate Cody's back, and that is going to be the sniper Contra.
Yep.
Contra with an angle here. You're down 14. We've seen teams come back from this. Can Contra get involved and start picking off some Liquid faces?
Without a doubt. The form that he's in right now, I've watched him many times. He looks like he's almost in a 1v1 right now, the way he's moving around this map with the sniper. I'm curious to see what he does with it. Misses that no-scope. And it looks like he was playing like a 1v1 because clearly he was not concerned about his teammates getting the camo, and that's not what you want to see out of Denial.
Denial's falling apart here. This is the first time we've seen them just kind of go on tilt, lose full composure.
Triggered.
And you're going to see Ace and APG doing the damage. Unlegit distracting with this camo sniper, able to hit the body shots. 5 more kills for Liquid as they are looking to answer it back. Plasma Caster just being spammed across the map by APG. Heinz is trying to rotate over to help the man out. And you can see Unlegit very slowly just making sure that all the angles are clear.
Great
Gonna
plays.
hit his shot. Liquid doing everything right here. 2 more kills to go, and the scatter shot was just grabbed by Ace, who is on the prowl.
Oh, yeah, and Unlegit very aware of his teammates and where their surroundings are at, so he's doing a great job just cleaning up everything. Look at that. Gets the kill on Contra, cleans him up, and now he's got a sniper with the splinter nades. There it is. Liquid answers back.
Game 1, CTF goes to denial, but when it comes to Slayer on the rig, Liquid dominating. Ghostyami's licking his lips. What do you like in that one?
I like the steak. So medium rare.
Medium rare?
Please.
Delicious.
Maybe a ribeye.
Looking through the stats, Contra and Hook held to just 5 kills each. You still saw Devin putting up 11 and 9. Positive numbers once again. What do you see?
Hines with 18 assists. I mean, we talked about how Hines was having a rough transition into Halo 5. And as a support player, Eomite and myself, we talk about it time and time again. With Halo 5, you cannot sit back like you could in Halo 3. You have to be aggressive. You have to be, supporting your teammates and then move. Because the way the spawns work, you can't just sit around. And with Hines, to see him make this transition in such a short amount of time, I mean, at X Games, it felt like he wasn't carrying his own weight. And here he is carrying the team's weight with 18 assists. Phenomenal.
When we're picking the in-game cameras, you always want to go to kind of the safe player, the guy with the power weapons who's behind that front line. I did not do that man justice. APG dropped 19 kills. I always expected him to lose the 1-on-2 fights, but somehow he was getting the job done in the center of the map. He did everything in his power to keep Liquid in this series.
Yeah, we're going to do him justice and definitely keep it on him a little bit in the next one. But, yeah, APG and Ace actually came up to me right before this match, and they said, make sure you're watching us. And I said, what does that even mean?
It's
They're
like that.
No, we are ready. And, I mean, they were T-squared ready. I don't know if you remember how Tom used to get before a match.
Yep.
I mean, no one can talk to him. Headphones are in. We're serious. We're ready to go. And they're just focused. And when they had that, I was just like, okay, this is not what I'm used to seeing out of you two. You guys are normally
like you gotta
happy.
chill, just smiley.
Ace, the Elam family is supposed to be just a happy-go-lucky. Ace, no.
Ferocious.
We're ready. Yeah, very, very serious play.
We're gearing up for game number 3 as we head to the plaza for Strongholds. This one, all about the control of the top. We'll see who's able to lock it in early on. From what you've seen here on Plaza Strongholds, what's the best strategy we should expect our teams to be using?
Definitely, it goes without saying that you want to hold the nest and you want to hold bottom middle. Now, we know that when it comes to the 2-cap, that's the right call. But so many times we see teams pushing for that 3rd cap in the yard, and when they do, it just sends the other team into a frenzy. They're trying to figure out, we need to stop the bleeding. Where do we go? Do we go for the nest? Do we go for the yard? And the spawns just switch up entirely. So I do expect to see the primarily in the game just nest and bottom mid, but hey, you might see that triple cap.
Both of our teams here are guaranteed $2,500 at this point, still fighting for that $20,000 first place finish here at the North American Regionals. There's a look at Hook coming over from Call of Duty, a very fast learner, Elamite singing his praises, just saying how quickly the man is picking up. Definitely a player of the future to look out for. He's been playing very well with Boo Boo Dubu as well as Devin and Contra. This Denial squad chocked full of talent, but they kind of disappeared. And this is where I want to see how strong is the young team mentally. You just had a brutal beating in Slayer. How do you bounce back here in Game 3?
I think it just comes down to just keeping up the intensity. When we watched them play CTF on Coliseum, we saw that they had just a thorough understanding of where Liquid was on the map, and they used that to their advantage. They didn't just go for power weapons or go for the kills. They positioned themselves, like I said, to counter Liquid's strategy, thereby winning that first game. It was an objective game, so maybe we can see them make the same plays here.
Starting things off with Unlegit. And he is going to be making his way towards top center. Early action as everyone's fighting for the power weapon control. Hook's going to pick up first blood there on Hines as the first kill is scored. Railgun still up. Unlegit just going to walk up untouched.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, right? I mean, we saw him throw a nade on Boobadooboo up top, and I guess he just gave up on it and just dropped back down. And now it looks like we're going to have Unlegit miss 2 railguns. Very unlikely for, almost, very unlikely for a top player. No, that wasn't 3. He hits that one. Very crazy.
Made it one for 3?
Oh, 1 for 3.
I'll take it. Not too bad. Ace is on your screen now. He's just going to be capturing the yard. His teammate on the other side, we got Hines watching his back for the moment.
Yep. And this is the right breakout strat, right? You want to have a guy at light rifle. You want to have a guy where Ace is at, actually on top yellow. And now you see Unlegit and Hines making plays. They're trying to get picks. Once you get one, then you can advance a little bit. Get the second one. When you get the second one, now you can start maybe making a case for taking some of these hills. And you see Hines and team pushing over, but it's unfortunate because now they're down 2 guys and they're going to have to wait for spawns as they made a smart play, but unfortunately Contra somehow still has that railgun and does a great job cleaning Hines up with it.
Ace with no shield, still doing damage with his light rifle, able to take out Boo Boo, and now he's going to be moving up top. Contra's there, Shoddy comes out, and he's unable to do it. Contra with the railgun makes the play.
And I have to call Ace out for that. It looked like he just went for the Shoddy. Now, if he had zoomed in, I have to think he might have gotten that kill, and then maybe would have gotten the second one, but unfortunately for him, it just didn't work out. But
so explain that mechanic. You zoom in, it does more damage?
No, it's not. It doesn't do more damage, but it's a tighter spread, and it's not significant, but it's enough that when you're in, that little bit close range, that it could have enough of like a 10%, 15% impact that you do get that kill. So you just always got to go for that zoom in.
Yeah, it's like a quick scope, guys.
Yeah, like a quick scope with the Shoddy. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, I'll be real with you, but it works.
Hey, I'll take it. On board with Boo Boo as we are going to see all of Denial applying the pressure here to Team Liquid, 22-10. Liquid, though, just took back control, and I'd love to go to an Astro listening with this squad. APG just got the goods. He's definitely our player to watch.
I got one.
Live. We're good. Live. 2 yards, Phil. I need help now.
3 here. I got another.
All right, I'm at Snap.
Shotgun, Richie. Go there.
2 here.
I'm
One pixel.
Yo, 2 there, Kevin. Let him have it. I spawned here.
Nice shot.
I'm coming.
Stop yard. They're
I
gonna spawn
can't.
nest. They just spawned nest. Where at, Brad?
Yeah, they're in bottom middle.
One shot in there.
Fill driveway.
Go top yellow.
Go nice, Brad.
Nice right now. Next week.
Truck, we control. I mean, we can ban. Bottom middle, Pierce now.
Truck still.
Pierce weak.
That's one shot.
Bottom mid, I know.
That's 2 shots, actually.
Nice.
That's the weak.
Where's bottom mid?
Truck weak.
I got that.
Shotty down at bottom mid. Shotty down at bottom mid. Skip bottom mid. Shotty down on the peg, Kevin, on the peg.
That's the weak.
I need it, Richie.
Lucky nest, live. Thanks for I got one yard. I'm gonna go stop yard. I got yard. You guys get everything else.
Alright, I'm with you, Kevin. Watch yourself, Richie.
I will.
I can see it.
Cafe.
I got one, Kevin.
Cafe. We're going fouls right now, Kevin.
Yard, back up, Aaron. We can yard.
Go top yellow, Brad.
I can't, I dropped. Alright, I'm going Cafe, Aaron. Stay alive. Dip.
Yo, top yellow as well.
One shot.
Cafe, top yellow. Cafe. Top mid, one shot. Bottom mid, one shot. Nice, 3 in. Let's go.
Alright.
Yo, get this. Do nest.
I'm pushing back.
Yo, let him have it.
I got it.
Live.
Cafe ramp.
One shot him. Back it up.
Cap, I'm looking at
We can hotel.
I'm gonna go for hotel. You guys live.
We can hotel. Nice.
On you, Brad.
Got it. Dip one.
Two dip.
Pierce right now.
Driver. Back to Prius.
Pierce right now. He's got a shot.
I know it. I died from driveway.
Driver.
Prius weak.
I mean, two around truck.
One shot.
Nice.
I need it.
Van right now. Van.
Camo.
On real gun.
We got Camo. Kill Rogan.
We got him. Go top nest.
That's behind you weak.
Got him.
Alright, roll here.
Bottom camo. Bottom camo.
I'm getting rail. There. Flowers. I died.
36. Camo's going truck.
Tell me now.
Camo is
got 2 shots.
I'm real weak. And soda. I'm coming.
That's weak. We can nest with Camo.
Bottom mid also.
Two nests with rail, Camo.
Alright,
two nests with Camo. Don't stop. They're gonna get it. Rail.
Don't get it.
Pierce weak. Don't get rail. Yo, top flowers. Stay up, Pierce. Shot dip.
Wait, got me.
Yeah, rail gun.
2 minutes.
I can get it.
Nice listen in from Liquid. So much energy. They are getting triple capped right now, but they took over this game and built themselves up a hefty lead. Ghost, what did we see from Hines during that run?
I mean, the guy was just doing everything he could, right? He pushed on Hook over on the nest. Unfortunately, got put back a little bit, but instead of falling to the bottom middle area, he stayed alive and then caught him pushing still a nest. So took that kill, then cleaned up the kill, bottom middle, then got the AR kill on Contra up top of nest, and it just kept on going. Hines was doing literally everything he possibly could to ensure that his team kept those hills.
You were talking about that support player play from Hines, and he was just showing how aggressive he can be, going for the ground slams,
Amazing.
all of it.
Yeah.
Right now, though, we are seeing the comeback slowly from this Denial squad. They're up to 45 points. They're still maintaining top control. They've got the nest. You got the railgun in Contra's hand. they can still come back in this game without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, but now you see that the tide has turned a little bit, right? It looks like we have Liquid scoring now after they just capped bottom mid. Contra looked like he might have gone S4, but instead backed up and decided to look for a guy at the Prius, didn't find one, and now Liquid is in control. And it looks like Liquid's taking over the nest. They do, and that is a triple cap for them, as now Boo is going to try and stop the bleeding here as he takes the yard, but unfortunately gets cleaned up by Unlegit already.
I think it's time to go back to this Liquid squad. It looks like Unlegit and Ace, the only two up for the moment. Let's start things off here with Ace. Storm rifle down low, waiting for the peek from Contra. Ace is going to be winning this battle. Meanwhile, his team continues to score. Contra forced to challenge, and that is it. 100-47. Just as I said, Denial might be able to come back in this one. Liquid spanks them down 2 games in a row now.
Oh, yeah, and I have to say that the reason that they did make that comeback was because they lost us a little bit of control right around the time that Camo came up. And then Contra picked it up, or excuse me, Boo picked it up. He made it down to bottom middle, and next thing you know, he's just back-whacking everyone. He's playing perfect Camo Halo right there. So shout out to Denial for doing a great job when they had Railgun, when they had Camo. But once that Camo ran out, Team Liquid took advantage. They capitalized on it. They got rid of 2 of the players bottom middle, and then Contra was left out in the open with a Railgun and couldn't do anything.
Now this is single elim, right?
Oh yeah,
You
this is
lose
single
here, you're
elim.
done.
Oh yeah.
So Denial is facing elimination from the tournament. They might not make it to Championship Sunday unless they step it up right here.
And it's a weird thing, right? Because when we hold Championship Sunday as such a coveted day to make it to. You want to make it to Sunday, but in a weird world here, they actually already made it to the global finals, so they're like kind of already happy, but you still want to win and be better than Team Liquid, right? So it is a huge deal. And so, yeah, you might think at home, oh, who cares? They already made it to the finals. No, this is serious. You have to prove your worth. You want to show that you're better than Team Liquid, that you're better than EG even, right? They're here to keep doing it, and yeah, props to them, man.
Let's see how far they can go. We have 2 more games potentially in this best of 5.
Game 5, maybe?
Denial needs to answer back right here. We'll be loading it up in just a moment. The players getting into the action. Fathom, capture the flag. It can be fast, it can be slow and drawn out. Will it be a match like we just saw from Allegiance, or is this one going the distance? Judging by these teams, their personality of players and just their play style of each squad, what's your expectation for this series?
I mean, I have to think right now that Liquid is on fire. We saw them kind of have a little bit of a shakiness in that first game.
Yep.
Maybe it was just, nerves coming into the quarterfinals. I don't know what, but
They hadn't played in a bit. Maybe a little cold.
Good point. Good
not
point.
warmed up.
But now, here we see they are in full force, hitting on all cylinders. So I have to think that Team Liquid's going to take this one.
Denial getting spammed on Twitter tonight, 80-20, but it's Liquid who is in control. Remember, guys, get your tweets in now. Use the hashtag HaloWC as well as the team you think will win this series. If you pick correctly, you got a chance of winning a brand new headset, the
man.
Astros.
They're so nice. The TRs, they're great.
Oh, tournament ready, baby. Love it.
I love the mix amp, the headset.
Thank
Gotta
you.
love the new Astros.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Oz. Thanks for shipping me some goods, my friend. All right, here we go, guys. It is time. The players are loading in, making sure everything is good to go. Boo slowing down. Contra slowing down in this series. They got to get back to the hype energy we saw from them just a few games ago.
And I think that it all starts with Railgun and Camo Control. We know that these guys they're versatile with every weapon in the game. But when it comes down to it, we saw them shine with Camo. We saw them shine with Railgun. And you're talking about Fathom CTF. So you need to get those. And both are off the start. So whoever gets those, it's going to be a quick cap, in my opinion.
I'm starting things off with Boo. He's been going towards the power weapons. You saw him chase off the Railgun last game. Is he able to secure it at the start of this CTF? And, of course, you're going to have some Camo popping up bottom center. That's what won them this game type earlier in the tournament. They just had the control and were able to convert the Camo Railgun runs into back-to-back flag caps.
And look at this set strat, right? When you see a player push out the window and not go for Camo right there, turn around, go for the BR. This is what Boo has to do every single time he plays Fathom CTF with his team. And he, I guess, should do that because he just forward the heck out of Legit as now he gets the Railgun, tries to stay alive, unfortunately gets cleaned up by a great light rifle shot by Ace.
And Contra was able to grab the Camo. So 2 power weapons or power-ups on the map, both in control of Denial, a little back smack.
And we just said it, right? Get camo. We saw Contra and Boo Boo Doo try and do that in the last game, and they capitalized when they could. And now we have Contra. It looks like he's going to go for a ground pound. Stays on top mid. And it looks like his team didn't really capitalize with the camo and the kills that they made, and now they're in a sticky situation.
You had Devin running the flag, and unfortunately he got clipped by a grenade. So a big nade from Liquid is going to keep the score at 0-0. You also had Boo Boo go and grab that railgun. So everything is actually still going pretty well for this Denial squad, but Liquid standing strong on their first defensive attempt.
Oh, yeah, and then, like, when you pointed out the defensive attempt, that's exactly what's going on right now, right? I mean, Unlegit just hid in the bonfire of his zone for the last 30 seconds right there. And now you see APG just doing his best to control the flag. He's staying engine room. He knows now that it looks, I could have sworn he would have known Contra didn't have any nades there considering there weren't any thrown, but Unlegit just gets cleaned up right there. It looked like he could not hit Contra's head. Maybe there was some of the rafters in his way, but it looks like Devinator now is going to secure this first flag cap for Denial.
How many times have we seen this? Contra pushes into your base, you end up with a flag cap. Excellent execution here of their Fathom CTF strategy. Now, Ghost, when is this next camo going to come up? Because I feel like that's Liquid's chance to get back in this game here.
It's a very big deal. Now, we actually just saw a team nade right there. That's unfortunate, but the camo will come up right around the 950 mark. The railgun is up right now at the 10-minute mark, and it looks like Unlegit knows both are up. Gates a great headshot on Hook, as now he's going to push over underneath this submarine area and see if he can get a flank over here on the camo area.
Nate's coming from the spawners and generators, and you're going to see the push now from Unlegit. We'll keep an eye out for the camo. A big double kill coming through here from Hines, and a flag is being run by APG. Liquid trying to make the move here, and there is the cover fire from Richie Hines. Picks up 3 of the 4 kills as Liquid is going to tie this one up.
Oh, and APG loves that cover. He always talks about how Richie always has his back in every one of these crazy APG situations. Unfortunately, he didn't get it right away. It looks like Unlegit got a late camo
return,
right there.
man. This is going to be returned. Denial holds on to it. Contra gets 3 kills with a triple. He answers right back. A game-changing play, and what is happening here? Devin is running it out while Contra is covering with Boo Boo, controlling that railgun. This is 2-0 when it should be 1-1. What happened to Liquid?
I mean, it just looked like they didn't fall back, right? I mean, we always talk about follow the flag back, secure the cap, make sure that you ensure that there's no teammates that can possibly die. In worst case scenario, you rally the cap, but Liquid just didn't do that. They just stayed a little bit too focused on spawn killing, and that's what happens. You get the counter cap.
I love watching Contra, I'm not going to lie, man. I didn't get a chance to watch him throughout the MCC days too much, but he has been a pleasure to view here in Halo 5. We're going to start things off here with Boo Boo before switching it back over to APG. This is your guy that you go to for Liquid. He's your aggressive Slayer. He had some big double kills that gave them the first flag opportunity, and here he is. Nice nade, good finish, and he's going to find another player up top. When do they go for the flag, though?
It really matters. They have to get at least 2 down. And APG, you thought he was in a position, unfortunately, did not have any help from his team. As now Ace is trying to squeak out of that little submarine window. Does not, though, as Hines cleans up Boo Boo Doo Boo running the flag. And it looks like Devinator is trying to stop any potential pushes along with Hook bottom middle. And Contra is going to cap this last flag.
All right.
That's it. Game 5.
We going to a Game 5, baby.
We got it.
Been waiting for him. Getting the Game 5 here on Saturday night. Denial, all kinds of smiles. And I asked you, what is going to be their mentality? Will they be able to bounce back after some losses? That was a statement right there. And I'll tell you what, if I'm any other team in this tournament, I do not want to play Denial on Fathom CTF.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like they have just captured the flag down in general, right? Coliseum, they made work of Liquid. Fathom, they made work of Liquid. Now, the complete opposite happened on Slayer and Strongholds. So I just have to think, maybe they're just the CTF team, right? I mean, they did win the CTF versus EG as well at the gate, or right? I believe it was CTF.
Doing big things, man.
So, yeah.
My brain's tired right now. I can't remember anything. But we do know we will have a Game 5. But first, let's take a look at some stats. Just kidding. You can't see those. Game 5 coming up. Team Slayer. We saw Liquid dominate the first one.
Yep.
How did they do it back on the rig? And what does Denial need to avoid to stop that from happening again?
Well, I mean, we saw Richie just doing a great job. He was controlling the camo and the scatter shot, and we saw APG just doing a phenomenal job of just keeping the pressure on. So I just think that Denial got overwhelmed. They thought that they were going to get camos. They thought that they knew the starting strat, right? We saw even Contra throwing some pre-nades on that camo area, but nevertheless, Liquid pulled through. They kept the pressure up. They kept rotating. They didn't do anything that was really like basic. It was unorthodox type of Halo. They were moving around the map and just rotating nonstop. And Richie was just doing a great job killing all the flankers and all the crouch walkers that were trying to make plays. And so I just have to think that when it comes to this last match, we're going to have to see one of the teams go off with snipes. Is it going to be Liquid or is it going to be Denial? Whoever gets that sniper, yeah, there's going to be rockets. We're going to see, obviously, the combo as well come into play, most likely. But when it comes down to it, I think that it's going to slow down, and we're going to see someone take it over.
When we watched Liquid, granted Rig, not the easiest map to always snipe on, but we didn't see anyone taking over the map like you saw from Snipe Down on Evil Geniuses and a few other players earlier in this tournament. Ace didn't look super comfortable with it on the Rig, and Unlegit, he got a few kills but didn't dominate.
Yep.
Who's the guy here on Eden, though? Totally different map when it comes to sightlines.
Oh, it's a little bit weird, right? So we know APG is very aggressive. We know Heinz is a support player. We know that Unlegit's the fresh base. Well, I think that the biggest thing here, it's for Ace to step up as that sniper. We know that he's a support player historically, but we know he's also extremely versatile. So I expect to see him do a great job over here with the Eden Team Slayer. But I mean, you're looking at the other team. Those guys are stacked with individual talent. Boo Boo Doo Boo was hitting ridiculous snipes all weekend. Great crowd shot right there. But we saw Contra do amazing things, right? We saw Huke do amazing things too. And I could go on all day about how individually skilled those guys are. They know that.
Guys, we're all waking up together. Columbus, you feel me? You feel me? We got game 5, Liquid Denial. Someone is moving on into our Final Four. The other is going home with 2,500 and a whole lot of practice to prepare for this World Championship. The game is coming up in just a bit. Eden Slayer, one of the most exciting game types in Halo 5 that we have seen so far in the competitive scene. It's going to come down to the sniping. It's going to come down to the tower control. And I can't wait to see who is going to win this initial charge. Now, if you're spawning here, do you want to be the red team? Do you want to be the blue team for early control in that first minute?
I mean, for me, I'm more of a blue team kind of guy. I know that each team has a little bit of a different strategy, but yes, I'm definitely a fan of being on the blue side. You know, we have the sniper where it spawns over on the blue base. It is a little bit questionable, right? There are the barrels up, so you have to be a little bit worrisome. Now, when it came to the EU Halo scene, I actually saw something that I haven't seen in America, which is Snipe Drone. He instantly spawns. He goes to shoot the barrels himself, and then grabs the sniper and thrusts back instantly. Now, there are a few guys that I've seen it, but I mean, this guy did it every single time, and it worked every single time. So I have to think that we're going to need to see someone step up and get that sniper rifle early.
Denial taking a breather. Contra getting focused. You can see the perspiration on his face. These guys are tired. They have been working at it all day. This is the last match of the night, the last game of the night for both squads. We'll see who is going to come out on top. And really, Ghost, I'm going to start things off with Ace. I think he's got to be the difference maker. Can you nade the snipe to yourself on this map?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But it all comes down to you have to have the plasma grenades first, right? So you got to know where those are located. You have to kind of put yourself out there. Now, we have seen some teams come from the red base, shoot the barrels out themselves, and then throw a very solid plasma nade just to not only maybe nade it to yourself, but more so to just keep it out of that other team's hands, right? They don't know where it's going to land. And if you at least have a vision, right, kind of like hang 'em high, right? You threw the you nade the sniper, just get it out of there, right? And you might just go everywhere, but hey, it's out of their hands, right?
I'm not lying this time. The map's actually loading up. It's time to party. Rockets, snipers, and kills galore. The first of 50 is moving on here in the North American Regionals for Halo 5. And we're going to be starting this one off with Team Liquid. They won games 2 and 3. The Slayer was an absolute dominant performance where they staked their opponents. Off the start, though, it's Boo Boo Doo picking up your first kill. Ace is going to get the light rifle, but we're going to see rockets picked up early by Contra and the rest of this Denial squad.
And it looks like he just got a call out, or might have screen watched and seen a death screen right there. It looks like he knew that rockets were kind of just crouching, waiting in that turbine area, so he did a good job of making sure not to overextend. He knew that 2 of his teammates just died, and there you have it. Contra doing exactly that. He was sniffed out by Ace and squad, so we're going to see if Devonator now can try and pick apart this team with the sniper.
I like how Devin just rotated over to cover Contra's back. That kept Contra alive, and now they will maintain in control of the power weapons. Contra with a missed shot, but Devin is not going to miss his. Takes out APG, and here comes Contra. He wants to push in on the Liquid positions. Liquid only 2 members up. They're going to be spawning in the back. Contra's got a lot of hunting to do here.
Now, the reason that he's actually positioning himself here, Chris, is because there's a battle rifle out right behind him. It's something that many teams go for when they know they're in a little bit of a bad situation, right? We have Team Liquid down by 4 right now, and Contra knows that an enemy is up in this red nest. I'm curious to see if he's going to try and sniff out more enemies before just making a play here.
And no one's moving, guys. Let me show you what's happening here. That's Hook. Here's Devin. Here's Boo Boo. No one is moving but Contra, and Contra is going to be able to hit 1 shot. 2 players now focusing him down. Good answer back from APG. Rockets are on the floor.
Yep.
A very close game still. I like the patience from Liquid, and they're just making Denial walk into 2 or 3 players. An ambush is constantly being set up.
And great play right there by Devin, right? He made sure to watch his teammate. Instead of just watching for other snipes, he made sure that, hey, if someone's going to push out on you, man, I'll put a shot on him. I'll get the kill, no worries. And now taking it up to this top blue attic, if you will. A lot of people love this area for sniping. There's so many great angles. And really just your back is to the wall, right? So you don't have to worry about some dude flanking you necessarily, unless he gets away with a sneaky crouch walk.
Oh,
so,
man, and rockets are picked up by Boo Boo, but dropped immediately. On your screen, you're going to see Hook trying to fight for him. He's going to be challenged by 2 players from Liquid. It looks like this is APG and Ace. Ace was able to get the big boy toy, and here he comes pushing a bucket rocket again. I have not seen Ace hit any of those rocket shots without blowing himself up yet tonight.
Yep, and now you see Devin making the right play, but at the same time he knew, he said, oh wait, the guy has rockets. My back is to a wall. I can get instantly rocketed. So he left and made sure to retain that sniper. Now he's over in blue base taking angles.
Liquid trying to get angles, and
whoa.
I mean, Ace is being a little bit aggressive here. Light rifle challenge across the map. Devin's gonna get pinged twice. And while Ace was doing all of that, it freed up APG to grab these rockets. Devin still with the snipers, just going to wisely back down. Is APG going to get aggressive and try and take control of this power weapon? How is Liquid positioning themselves? You got Heinz right behind APG. You got Ace still on the light rifle spawn. And Unlegit is slowly sneaking through bottom center.
And I'm scared if I'm APG right now. I have 2 rockets, and I want Heinz to push up because I know there's a sniper looking at me, and it just took out Ace. Now, Heinz does have the shotgun. Cool. He's got to be all right. But if you're APG, you need to make sure that you hold on to those rockets and don't make a push. I mean, you're only at 14-9 right now. You have 8 minutes to work with. You can wait for Denial, the young guns, to potentially make a mistake.
Denial with 2 sniper rifles, you're going to have to make them make a mistake right now. They're up by 5, and they are just sitting back.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is old school Halo right here. This is like Zyle saying, we're not moving, guys. We got the lead.
Man.
Make them
Hearing
come
that
to
name,
us.
I hope he's out there somewhere.
Matthew Lido, we love you. Shots going down top catwalk. We do have Contra with a good angle, and he's going to be able to pick up one.
Great
There's
finish.
the shots on Ace. Boo Boo is going to survive.
Ooh.
Rockets coming up. Contra cleaning house.
And then now you see Liquid respect the sniper, right? They backed up. They saw that it seems like Hook now has these rockets, and they see that Denial is making plays, but it looks like Liquid has a sniper of their own finally, but it doesn't really turn the tide for them right now as we have some decent rockets.
You know, 2 rockets, 1 kill. I'll take it, Hook.
Pocket rocket.
Hey, you didn't blow yourself up like Ace did. 18-12. And Hook is going to stay alive. So solid play here. They're just slowly building the lead from a 5 kill to a 6 kill. You're going to see the team shot go down. Very rarely missed shots coming through from Hook. 2 players in front of him. SMG, he gets the injured call out, only cleans up 1. Ace hits him with the perfect shot.
Yeah, and Ace doing a great job staying alive right there. We know he has no sniper ammo left, but when you're in a team slayer as close as this, every single death counts. As we see Heinz just get taken out bottom middle, and now Ace is just setting up. He's waiting for his teammates to respawn. He's making sure that he holds the angle and doesn't waste any time with anything.
Contra forced back, but stays alive with that sniper. Ace just trying to get an angle on him. Knows he has to knock him out. Contra just ripped unlegit though, and Boo Boo took out APG. Denial is just controlling this game. Ghost.
Wow,
And
what
look
an
at that
angle.
shot.
I mean, he must have heard a call out right there. Something about going to red bend, and he just jumped up, took the shot in great timing at that.
Boo Boo is making sure that no one is sneaking up behind Contra. Just super slow play. Shotgun, not going to be able to connect on Unlegit, but he makes the call out. And Unlegit, nice grenade there to be able to pick up the kill and escape. But they've now fallen behind by 10. Liquid, I'm looking at their screens. They're trying to get stacked up here and make a push from tower. Let's go over to Ace, who's leading the charge.
Yeah, and Ace knows what he's doing, right? He said, all right, let's get control of security first. Let's kill the guy in there. They got the shotgun back, and now they have a little bit of leverage to move around the map. You see him and Unlegit trying to make something happen, but a great SMG play flank by Hook and the rest of Denial, and it looks like they just collapsed on Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid, that push didn't work. You're now down even further. And what was that medal we just saw?
That was a big gun runner. That means that this guy has picked up 3 power weapons in a row already. He is absolutely on fire, controlling all these power weapons. Hitting snipes like that on the global champ is what you need to do to secure this spot moving into these finals here, excuse me, the semifinals.
Denial got the first round of power weapons. They won the fight, they beat their opponents to rockets, and now they have done it again. Contra just controlling all of the snipers. The rockets have been shared between Hook and Devin, and Devin putting that last one to use. 31 to 17, 5 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. A missed rocket. Contra, though, trying to make up for it with the jump shot with the sniper. Meanwhile, Boo Boo and Hook, they are the most patient guys in this game. They're just sitting next to their power weapon holding teammates with short-range weapons like the SMG to watch their back.
It's absolutely amazing watching that type of camaraderie, right? I mean, when we used to talk about it, like you said, back in the old days, you slowed down and you made sure that someone is watching your 6, especially when you had the power weapon. I used to watch back of blue base and back of red base all day on Beaver Creek for the squad. Make sure that Gandhi can go off with the snipes and Karma can go off with the rockets. And here you have Denial just taking a page out of my book. Appreciate it.
Patient support players, man. Underrated superheroes of the Halo scene. And there is Contra picking up another one on APG. Shot to the top. Won't be able to land at 14-point advantage. Denial with total control. And this is the first time they've looked vulnerable. 2 players with shields down, but everyone now full health. That was Liquid's chance, but they just didn't have the guts to make the push.
And it's really coming down to these rockets right now. About in 13 seconds, we're going to see these rockets coming up. And that is, in my opinion, going to be the tide turner, right? We're down to only 4 minutes, and with a 15-kill deficit, Team Liquid needs to start making plays, especially with the slow pace of this game. I mean, we've seen it slow down so much that I'm going to be surprised if they can even climb this mountain.
Ace taking his time here with the SMG. Doesn't want to poke out because he knows Contra was available. Contra actually finally going to fall after 3.5 snipers. And the points continue to go up. I just saw Devin grab the rockets, and it was uncontested. He beat Hines to the job, and Liquid's just making too many mistakes here, Ghost.
Yeah, and when it comes to Eden, we talked about how it really just comes down to the power weapon control. Sniper especially, and guess who had it the whole game? Denial. So now we see Liquid faced with such a huge deficit, but it looks like there might be a chance now for them to make a play. 2 dead for both teams, and now Hines takes out a 3rd for Denial, and it looks like Liquid finally has control of blue base.
They had blue for about 12 seconds earlier. Let's see how long can they hold on to it this time. Man. Ace is just getting rocked by grenades. He is going to be eliminated. Over to Hines, trying to defend himself. Get some help from APG. The duo working together. Sniper is up as well. So you win these fights at blue, you're going to be primed in a good position. But the sniper was just snagged by Boo Boo. And Boo Boo's trying to get out alive with it. Not going to happen, says Hines. Hines challenging a second. Boost around, but won't be able to finish Contra. And you are going to see Sniper picked up finally by APG. But is it too late? 43 to 29. They got to get back in this game, and they got to do it fast.
And he doesn't even have a secondary right now. I mean, he does with the shotgun, but it's completely out of ammo. So he needs to do something quick, or else he's going to be really in a really bad situation like he is right now.
In a bad spot, especially when you got players like Hook playing so aggressive. APG didn't stand a chance to scatter nade, and then the cleanup with the SMG didn't last long, Ghost.
Man, and you gotta hate to see it, right? Game 5, you always want to see those types of nail biters, but Denial is just proving their worth here as a squad. They're about to knock out Team Liquid.
Man.
It is.
It's not a steak.
Well, no, now
It's
it
not a
isn't.
steak.
Oh my goodness, though.
But it is delicious, baby. Double kills coming in from
no,
Luke.
don't do. Oh!
Send him home! Send him
That's
home!
the way to send him home. My goodness, folks at home who saw that shot. Woo!
Ghost and I are standing after that.
And the whole crowd is, buddy.
Oh my goodness. That's Hook the Duke right there, baby.
Oh, I like it.
Welcome to Halo 5. Looking at the numbers, Devin, 16 kills, 13 from Hook, and 12 from Contra. Everyone doing their job, and Boo Boo, major props to this man. He didn't go positive, but he made it possible for his teammates to control those power weapons the entirety of Game 5.
And I have to give a sincere veteran shout out to Hook. The guy is a young gun, and I'm not even lying to you. The entire weekend that Denial has been on the main stage, I've watched this guy be the first person every single time to walk over to the other team and sincerely shake their hands. It's not some facade. The guy has extreme professionalism and respect for a multitude of gamers here, especially the veterans. Team Liquid, yeah, hats off to him, man.
Liquid, they're out of this tournament, but they do have a chance to compete for that $1 million first place prize at Worlds.
Yep.
They got time to practice and some time to reflect on the matches from this weekend. You also know they'll be in the crowd tomorrow. They'll be watching everyone else who's still competing in this tournament.
Oh, and not only that, but they practiced immensely hard for this competition. I mean, we talked with Elam a little bit, their coach, Elamite Warrior, and he could not underline it enough how hard they practiced. They were all at the same house trying every single night to figure out what is going wrong, work out the kinks from X Games. They did it. They made it to the finals. That's what matters. Obviously, they got sent home early, unfortunately, by Denial, but kudos to that squad. They came out really impressing everyone, so you can't really hate on them. They're just the hot team this tournament.
Guess which caster had Denial in the top 4? Nobody. Denial doing damage this week.
Yeah.
And big props to those guys.
Amazing.
Moving on
That last shot.
into our top 4.
That last shot, though. Just the flick of the wrist.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Brilliant stuff, my friends. Guys, we still have one more match, but before we get to our final quarterfinal match of the night, we got to send it down to our analysts to get their thoughts on what we just saw.
I have seen the light. and there he lay. Hook. Unbelievable. Just Hook things, bro. Just Hook things. I'm like, I ran out of that door. There's a door right here to our green room. And I just started slamming my hand on this thing back here. And I'm like just at a loss for words.
I sometimes get the question why I don't compete anymore. Well, she should go compete. It's
That's
freaks
why.
like Hook why I don't compete. Freaks like him who hit shots like that.
We'll talk to it. We'll talk about it. I'm lost for words, but we'll talk about it later. I just want to say something real quick though. Here's the simple truth. That right there is why competitive Halo is amazing. That clip right there. Yeah. That's why competitive Halo is one of my favorite games to watch. It's why I love Halo 5. That right there. Anyway.
And the new young gun. I mean, on top of that, it's a new, fresh talent just coming into the spotlight and impressing everyone across the world who's watching. So I mean, big shout out to him.
So I think we actually have that play. And right now, I just want to let just it go, right? Just, because right here.
Just take it in.
Just take it in, people. What Hook is doing here, it really is just something that, and here's the thing, right? Like, it's not something you could just anticipate. It just happens, right? When you feel it, you feel it. That shot, by the way, on APG was filthy. Then to follow it up again, he finds him, and it's like, oh, man, everyone's like, oh, dude, they never get this kill at the end. And then he just lights it up. I just can't believe it.
What a freak.
Just everyone on that team, honestly. I mean,
it's the most ridiculous
every
thing
single
I've ever
time.
seen. Oh, he's just like, it's a couple months. This kid is disgusting. Anyway, I know Robbie in Denial is just ear to ear, like just grinning ear to ear right now, the owner of Denial. He's loving it. Anyway, all right. So let's break this down. Analysis. Game number 1. We had a really intense matchup there. Strong side, your thoughts?
Boo-boo.
Doo-boo.
All right, moving on to game number 2. because that's pretty much all you have to say about that one. Liquid, though, looked really strong on the rig. They had control of it, and they did not allow Denial to get back. It's definitely something that Denial has to go to the drawing board with.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid just really controlled the outside of the map and really capitalized on every opportunity when there were players down on Denial. So Liquid really has that game type down, and I think, yeah, Denial is going to need to go back to the drawing board and really look through that, and Alumnite's going to help them do that.
So then moving on to game number 3, Walsh, you have a point about game 2, or?
It was just Liquid domination. It seems like everything that's going wrong
APG just slaying.
For Denial just went wrong. You notice Contra and the squad were not able to be in comfortable sniping positions. He has always had Hind or somebody sneaking underneath him. He even got frustrated one time, dropped from Engine 2 trying to finish a kill, and just collapsed in by 2 Liquid members. Just great job baiting out the snipers and not letting them get comfortable lines of sight.
And then we move on to game number 3. Liquid wins this one 100-47. Really solid showing again. And this is where you thought, all right, you know, Liquid, the veterans, they have this one in the bag. They're feeling good. They're going to take this. So that, you know, did not happen, though. As we move on to Fathom, capture the flag for game number 4, which ended up going to Denial 3-0 in commanding fashion, strong side.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, APG, we were on board with him, and he was slaying incredibly well, but they never seemed to be able to get a hold of the objective and rally it back to their base. And on the other side, Denial just seemed like every time they touched the flag, they were able to get it past the 50-yard line and easily make it back to their base, and they were controlling the railgun. And we say it a million times over and over, the railgun is so important. But, I mean, Denial just literally, when it seems like there is no hope, especially when they were playing against EG, they would, everything in them, they would use all their energy to bring back the game that they were losing on. So, I mean, in this sense, they were turning this series completely around because, like you said, after Plaza Strongholds, it's like Liquid is fired up. They're ready to go. They just won 100-47. This looks like it's going to be closing it out here shortly, but Denial, they said no.
They just said no. Simple as that.
Pretty much.
I think one of the things that also helped them during that Fathom CTF game was their awesome mix amps that they had on main stage.
Oh, look at that transition.
Astro is doing a giveaway here.
It was there the whole
Actually,
time.
we're doing a giveaway of some amazing Astro gear. Tell them how they get this equipment. Alex?
Well, basically, all you had to do was go on Twitter, let us know who you think was going to win. Make sure you use the hashtag HaloWC. And, of course, the winner is _Ender_ with a 3. So congratulations. Hopefully one day you can get rid of those underscores in your name. Until that day, it is not now. But you do get yourself some awesome Astros. So make sure you reach out. I'm sure they'll be getting in touch with you as well. So congratulations. These are pretty fly. So I think you'll like it. And then, of course, the final game, Denial 52, Liquids 31. The ending, the shot heard round world. Do we need to even break it down?
No, I think that one clip broke it down. The most surprising part to me in this whole series was obviously Denial. They won both the CTF games, and then the Slayers were both lopsided in favor of Liquid on Rig and in favor of Denial on Eden. So it just goes to show how much stronger some of these teams are on different maps.
That's right, folks. Well, let's just show it again.
We have to see it again.
Why the heck not, right? Just
and then on top of that, they pretty much had control of Blue Base the entire game.
Liquid just could not find a way to crack that shield. But you know what? We actually have an interview down at the floor with Benson. He's joined by a very special guest. This is his second interview, I think, ever, he told me. So very excited to see how he does this time around. Take it away, Ben.
Thanks, Golden Boy. Third interview with Hook. Of course, you've been to this arena before. You played several times, but it's nice to see you playing Halo. First of all, hashtag things Hook does. That's going to be trending pretty soon. That last Slayer game, everyone here freaked out. Like, how does it feel to be competing with some of the best Halo players in the world right now?
I guess it feels pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know what to answer.
I mean, you're the way you're playing though. You're playing with like so much confidence. For someone who's so new to the community, so new to the scene, new to the game, you're playing as if you've been here for years and like as if you belong here. I mean, what is giving you so much confidence to play as well as you are right now?
I mean, on lane, you need confidence to like even do good at a tournament. So if you have confidence going into a tournament and into matches, you already know you're gonna do well.
In terms of the team as well, Contra, got to give him a lot of love. He was playing extremely well. Boo Dubu also playing extremely, extremely well. So in terms of that team synergy, what is it you guys have been doing? Is there anything specific? Of course, you have a great coach behind you as well. I mean, what's been helping you out the most?
Alumni has been doing a really good job. Boo Dubu has been playing really well this event. Everyone's just been doing their job and doing what they need to do to win.
So in terms of the rest of the tournament now, obviously it'd be pretty awesome if you were to go home and take away a championship here. Is that something that's crossing your mind now? Are you maybe thinking about trying to take away a Halo championship?
I mean, that would be great, but if we can definitely like improve on our stronghold game on Sunday, I think we'll do well, yeah.
Best of luck to you on Championship Sunday. That's going to do it for myself and Hook. For now, quick commercial break. When we return, last game of the day.